Hello guys, TNA Throwback number 70, and what a way to round up the episodes to 70 with the Lockdown pay-per-view, which is the second biggest pay-per-view of the year for TNA. I have pretty much enjoyed the build to this pay-per-view for the last 5 impacts. We got a strong card, so it's all set up for a great show, so let's kick it off. Let's say we will team the entire event. So the pre-show match is, doesn't really have any impact on the overall rating. So I'll book the knockouts on the pre-show because when knockouts fight, they almost always get a low overall rating because the girls are rated lower than the guys. So the Gail Kim and Sarita match, Gail Kim goes over, but she'll cheat. So we can have a build up to Sarita will have a temper tantrum. Sarita is the babyface, so let's build up to a future match. So we have the knockouts match out of the way, and now we have 8 matches on the main card, which will kick off with the match for the man advantage. So AJ Styles is facing Matt Morgan, and whoever wins will earn a man advantage for their team in the Lethal Lockdown later tonight. So Matt Morgan will win by an interference from. Oh my god. He'll win by interference from Eric Bischoff. Yeah. So let's say it's gonna be a brawl to the back. Why Eric Bischoff interferes? Because he's desperate to keep his job. He wants every advantage, and it's obvious that this match is not gonna work unless the heels got the advantage in the Lethal Lockdown. In order for a match like this to work, we need to have the heels have the advantage so they can run in and they can get the heat on the baby faces. So it makes sense for Morgan to get the advantage over AJ. The next match is for the global title. Scott Steiner and Prize Fighter Ray in a match that was set up quickly on the last 2 impacts via his own talk show called Steinerized. So Ray will win clean after the match. Scotty will revenge attack, and we will have a good match. This is a pretty random match I came up with in the last couple of weeks before the lockdown. Almost all the matches here were planned months ago because I like to plan my big events a lot of time ago. But some of the matches, like the like this for example, is just made up on the fly. So the next match is a triangle match, which is Crimson and Joe. It's for the World Tag Titles. And if you can notice, I'm not booking every match in a cage like they did with TNA back in the day. I think the whole purpose of Lockdown is to have 1 or 2 cage matches, not have every match be in a cage. That kills the gimmick. I think last year when I did the Lockdown 2010, I did every match in a cage, and it just sucks the life out of the crowd, I think, in real life, if we pretend this is real. So this should be a pretty good match. We have Crimson and Joe retain over the Guns. They're still not ready to drop the tag titles. They just became the champs, I think, at the Against All Odds pay-per-view. They beat the Beast and Gunners, so it's pointless to have them drop the titles so soon after they won them. The next match for the X Division Championship, and this time it's a stipulation match. It's an Ultimate X match, which is basically a ladder match. I don't want to book a high incident match because that means one of them might get injured, and we don't want intentional injuries on this show. Austin Aries taking on Robbie E for the X Division Championship, and this is the first title change. Austin Aries, of course, will win. This will conclude the storyline where Robbie E has been screwing him for the past few months after winning the title and making him, costing him the tournament spot in the Lockdown series. This may not be the last match between those two guys. There may be a rematch, but for now, Austin Aries gets the title because he's the one deserving it more. Like, my initial idea was for Austin Aries to hold the title for a lot of time when he first got it. I think Austin Aries got it at Bound for Glory by beating Kazarian, but then I thought I may change things up a little bit just for the surprise factor, and that's why I put it on Robbie E by cashing in his Feast or Fired, and now Aries got it back anyway. So yeah, this is the match that I've been building for the last couple of weeks. So the whole Hardy and RVD feud turned into a tag match. We got Hardy announcing that he challenges RVD and Jerry Lynn to a tag match at Lockdown with a mystery partner. And who this mystery partner is? It's Matt Hardy. So I basically acquired Matt Hardy this month. His contract expired with WWE, and I just got him back because I believe I may utilize him in a good way, which is right now by using him here and now return the Hardys as a tag team, but as baby faces. So Carlito and Mr. Anderson in the blow-off. So which one should go over? I think Mr. Anderson is the one should go over as he's the babyface. But that means Carlito is gonna lose his first good feud in the company. So doesn't really matter. Carlito is a heel, so we must give the win to Anderson, who will celebrate. This will really put an end to their feud that's been going on ever since the beginning of the year. That's why I'm putting it third on the card, because this is a really a program I've been running for quite some time. So now we got a little Lockdown match. 5-on-5 elimination. I don't worry, it's Survivor. Yeah, it's Survivor match. We got Bischoff's team, which is Abyss, Gunner, Devon, Orlando, and Matt Morgan against AJ, Chris Daniels, Kazarian, James Storm, and Bobby Roode. So this match is for the stake of... I really hate this process actually. So let's say the first one to eliminate it is Jordan, then we eliminate Storm, then it's Gunner, then it's Kazarian, then it's Daniels, then it's Devon, then it's Abyss, and the last one is Matt Morgan. So let's say AJ is the sole survivor. So yeah, basically the originals, Paul Heyman's team, Team Styles, is gonna win, and Bischoff will step down of power, which will probably mean that the World Congregation stable will disband after a lot of months leading the show. So this is basically the grand finale, the grand final, the great wrap up of this big stable feud. I may continue some of the storylines, maybe on some sort of an internal feuds between some of the guys. I have a plan to release Jordan and Creed and some other guys at the end of the month, so I'm probably gonna let them go. But this is the big end. From this point on, Heyman is gonna remain in power, and basically Bischoff is probably gonna be fired or he's gonna be shafted away. I think Bischoff has done his job well. He's been running the show ever since I started this save, and I'm like a year and a half in at this point. So Bischoff really has done his job here. We really needed something fresh. We need a change of guard, and I think this is something fresh. The babyface will go over, and we will no longer have a heel authority. So the big match of the night is gonna be the coronation of Jay Leto. I think a lot of you guys saw this. It was pretty clear that this is gonna be Jay Leto's night. He beat in consecutive ways. He first beat AJ Styles and he beat Kurt Angle to win the Lockdown series and to earn the right to face the Pope. The Pope has been the champion for the past 6 months. He's been going over a lot of the legends like Kurt Angle, like Sting, like Ric Flair. He's been having a lot of title defenses and retaining the title in cheat ways. And what better way to put over Jay Leto than have him become the World Heavyweight Champion at Lockdown by beating the Pope. So this is more like a Daniel Bryan type of story where we got the underdog babyface winning from underneath. And basically this pay-per-view will put an end to the whole World Congregation stuff because Bischoff's team got beaten in the Lockdown match. The Pope lost the title clean after many months of bullshit, and this is the blow off to a lot of the stuff I've been doing for the past few months in the game, and I'm glad. Every match is fine, even the Lockdown match got 80%. 86 on the, so this is a very solid show. 85% for a pay-per-view is pretty high, and I'm very glad with how Lockdown yeah, so WWE got 1.42, I got 1.63 buy rate, so head-to-head pay-per-view, I'm beating them in this department as well. So this was the Lockdown pay-per-view. The next pay-per-view is Sacrifice. It's a month away, May 15th, but the next show is going to be the Fallout. We are going to talk a lot about this pay-per-view and what will happen from now on, what's going to happen with Bischoff, what's going to happen with Jay Leto, how is he going to celebrate. So two new champions, the Austin Aries winning the X title and Jay Leto's the World Heavyweight Champion, and the image also got jacked up. So this will conclude the pay-per-view episode. We'll see each other next episode.